So my name is Candace Thompson of Canvases with Candace. I own and operate a mobile paint and sip company. We come to you, typically private parties, and we call it art therapy and soul therapy. So I got started with Canvases with Candace in November of 2017. I actually went through what I call loosely a slight bit of depression, and this was kind of my way of getting out of it. I started working with another company at the time, and it was just a fun way for me to get out of the house and do something that I really started loving to do, which was paint. I've been painting since I was little, but never on anything on like a professional level at all. So in November of 2017, the other company sold their franchise off, and I actually started my own company. And so the difference being I do mobile parties, and I typically only do private events. Since then, it has grown to now selling art. I do vending events, and they all have a message and a purpose to them, so I create new collections for each specific event that I do. With that, we've been in business now almost 2 years. So now it is September of 2019, and so the business has just grown, and I feel like what we do differently is help people, and we talk through a message at our events. It's not just about putting the paint on the canvas, but how you are the artist and your life is really the masterpiece. We talk about your paint being your experiences, your paintbrushes being your friends and family, and your canvas actually being your life, and we work through a lot of things that way. The thing I love most about my business is being able to connect with people. I love that every event, I never know what's gonna happen or what we'll talk about, because I feel like each message becomes tailored based on the people that are in the room. So when we meet and we start having conversations as far as putting the paint on the actual canvas, a lot of things start to come up and a lot of conversations start to happen. And that's one of my favorite things, is really connecting with the people through the art. Being a member at CoCreate has drastically changed my business. In the ideas that I'm able to throw against the wall, whether I'm here by myself late at night, but I do have a community of women that are building their own businesses. So there's no element of competition within the organization as a whole, right? So I feel like I can meet with women who are doing things and who are thriving in their own businesses, which I can feed off of that energy for mine. Amazing ideas, amazing people. The services that are offered here, I've gone to so many workshops that have completely changed how I see things or things that I've known about business. I've learned so much. SEOs, like who knew what that meant, right? But even looking from the technology perspective and learning a lot. These are my girls. Like, this is like my family, or as I always like to say, CoCreate ladies are my tribe. So I live in West Columbia, and prior to walking into CoCreate, the night that I came, Lexington is just not a place that I go a lot, right? So I came in, I was invited by a friend from work, and walked into CoCreate. There was a painting glasses night, and so it was just kind of like a girls' night out, let your hair down. I walked in, and while I was a little bit nervous, I was so welcomed with nothing but smiles, hugs, and excitement, and it kind of took me back at first. I was like, whoa, these people are like super nice. That's pretty cool. And so I'm walking in and walking around the space, and as I got my first tour, it was like an informal, like on the spot kind of tour. As I got my first tour, I was like, who took my brain and threw it up in a building? This place is amazing. And so I instantly felt at home, and just the conversations that were had that night, just the welcoming aspect of the ladies here was hands down one of the main reasons why I joined CoCreate, outside of the fact that they had really cool craft stuff. And as an artist, like, who doesn't want like a whole craft building, right? So that was my big reason in walking in and my comfort level and why I joined. Do I have a favorite piece that I've done? To date, I would think, honestly, my favorite piece is one that I recently just did. So there was a realtor who came to me and had a blended family that she wanted to, I guess, buy a piece for, because they had just purchased a house from her. And so she had no idea whatsoever what she wanted to do with the painting. She sent me pictures of them as people, and I don't really draw people. So it was very interesting how this was going to work. But as she started telling me a little more of the story of the family, I thought of it as a family tree. And so this particular painting actually came about of two tree trunks that are intertwined, and they have their name, their blended name, as the banner over the tree. And then in the roots, it says, you know, they're a family. So I think to date, that's probably my favorite.